So I've started making the front drawer, or the Fraw, I don't know. So I had to get rid of the spotlight mounts from here, so the drawer could come out the front here, and also got rid of, that's them there, the diagonal supports that mounted here and here, because obviously they're going to get in the way. You sort of need them to make this secure for when you're pushing the bonnet down, otherwise this flexes and doesn't latch properly. So I've added this strengthening brace across here. So that's all done. Now I need to start looking at the drawer. I actually bought this drawer here from the 4-wheel drive superstore because they're so cheap. It's like 99 bucks. Maybe, I mean, I could just make it from scratch and get some runners and stuff, but I don't know, for that sort of price I thought, well, I'll just modify this. Might be a good idea, don't know yet. So I mean, I sort of like how it's very solid steel, and it's a different sort of system to the normal draw runners that can sort of fail after a bit. You've got all these ball bearing runners. The main problem is this is actually a bit too high to get in there, but that's okay. I'm going to just cut it down. The depth is good. I think I'll make it wider though. I've got more width there, so I might as well make it wider. But yeah, I just need to take this apart and totally sort of remanufacture it. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it's the way I'm going to do it. Well, it's the way I'm going to try to do it. Here we have the heavily modified drawer. Cut it down and bent the tops round so you don't have a sharp edge there. So these sides are original and these bits are original, and you can see I've widened it a bit too. So I've had to put a new back and front on. This is just all recycled metal from a PC case and a old dryer or something, I can't remember. The drawer frame, these are the original sides of the drawer frame that I have also cut down and then bent over there so it fits, because there's only so much room I've got. These bits here are the bits that I cut off here. Use these to mount the sides, and because it's wider now. I've picked up on the Tesla thermal bar, which has couple of mounts there. It seemed like a good spot. Actually, this is the original, the Tesla radiator support that I've added into this wider support here, just to bring it up to clear the radiator evaporator. Yeah, and then just put another bit and mounted it off the strengthening bar that I've added. Yeah, and I've also mounted it on the side here for strength. Like, it's not flat, it's at an angle. Sort of had to do that just, you know, to get it in there, to get it cleared. It doesn't matter too much. So the point of this Fraw, both for storage, but you have to remember I'm trying to get as much weight up the front as possible. So I want to store as much at the front of the car as possible to get the weight further forward. And one benefit of, you know, electric drivetrain is it doesn't need nearly as much cooling. So this is the radiator intake rather than this whole thing. So it doesn't matter if I block this anymore. I want to use this area. It's a, you know, unused area. So I've extended the Fraw with another extra toolbox here that mounts in the bull bar there. Just a box I made up. I've used the original latch from the drawer I bought, which is, yeah, I quite like the latch. See it here, and it slots perfectly into the bull bar, so that's nice and solid. Haven't finished making this top yet. This is just a piece of checker plate that I've recycled from an old 4-wheel drive rear canopy thing. Bent it up. I need to go and visit my friend Saint, who can TIG weld all this, and I obviously need to add some extra bits. Used the hinge off the recycled canopy there, and then yeah, I've just got a couple of hinges to latch it. So in there, and oops, yeah, and this whole thing slots in the front. There's my Fraw. So obviously you can access, put the bonnet up, you can access in here, but also if the bonnet's down, you can access it here as well. I've just got to put the drawer stops, which came with the original drawer, which I've had to modify a bit. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really happy with that because it's strong too. I'm really happy with the strength. So obviously the runners end here, so the supports, but the good thing is the bull bar acts as a support too, especially when you're driving along, because I'm going to put heavy stuff like my jack, a whole lot of tools and anything heavy is going up the front of this thing. And I'll paint it, I won't leave it alloy, I'll paint it to match the car actually. So this will be mainly black, this edge will be the camo tan, this whole side, and then this edge will be the camo green. And so I've got the grille that I've had to modify obviously, so that I can fit the Fraw through it. The grille wasn't in the best condition, it was cracked in a couple of spots, so I've just had to add some fiberglass strengthening on the back, and I've just urethaned that in at the moment, got to let it dry. The other big benefit of the Fraw is the aero effect. Instead of air going through the bull bar and getting all disturbed at the front of the car here, not that I'm an aero expert, but hopefully it'll channel the air up and to the side. Might be worth putting a bit of a slight deflector thing here, because the big problem is when the air comes through and hits that windscreen, that's terrible for aerodynamics. They have actually done tests, aero tests with Land Rovers, because the early Land Rovers had the spare wheel mounted on the bonnet, and that actually improves aerodynamics, believe it or not, because it brings the air up over the spare wheel and starts getting it up onto the roof. So this will help a bit with that, but I think, yeah, a little aero shield here will help too. So yeah, that's cool. I really like how that's turned out. Still got a few things to finish off, but yeah, that's my Fraw. What heavy stuff can I put in? I need more stuff.